Hello and welcome back to Journey Through Eorzea. As always, I am your host, Man with Hat. Tiberius Fox. The Man with Hat is a little sauce this evening, but I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. I just want to make clear on that because I'm a little sloppy, that's why. But that doesn't neither here nor there. That's not why we're here. So, let's move on. Alphinaud seems ready to bid farewell to Doma. I think we all are at this point. I think it's time we are going where we don't you? We've all gone here and there, and we have a lot to report. But before we head back to the Rising Stones, let's call it at Relger's Reach. We should be the ones to tell Lise and Zenos. Or about Zenos, sorry. After everything we went through together, we owe her that. Sorry, I'm having trouble. This music is so loud. One thing about this is, like, sometimes ignoring what I've said up to this point, there are, there's just times... Oh, you know what it is? I'm an idiot. I had my volume turned way up because I was listening to music. My bad. I was like, why is it so loud? I can't even think. Alright, let's get to Relger's Reach. We don't have to just teleport. We can just teleport. We've been in Doma and Relger's Reach for a very long time, so I'm going to be interested. I don't remember how the setup for transitioning into Shadowbringers happens. I don't even know what part we're in. We're still in part 3, but we've been doing stuff for a while in part 3, so we got to be getting close to part 4? Hang on, let's look at New Game Plus for a second. No, I wanted to... well, let me see it. Alright. But no. Each one only has 4 parts. I think ARR is the one that has more than 4, so... maybe we're not that close yet. I don't know. Morsk Muir. Oh, the Silver Fuller. Level 93 Pictomancer. Wherefore art thou enmity? Oh no, and it's a Valley Curo. It's a Lady Kaladin. She got drip though. Oh, it's Lise. Where's Lise? Oh, it's playing the ominous music. Oh no.
Tiberius, Alphinaud, you're back. No Alphinaud? It's good to see you, Lise. As for my headstrong brother, he's off with will certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Zenos might still be alive. What? If this is a joke, gods, that it better be a joke.
Turns out he likely got possessed by the Ascians because that's how they roll. They're so unkind as to bring themselves back from the dead in that way.
Look, I know what I saw, all right? We all saw it, and here you're saying he's alive and well and living the high life back in Garlemald. I know how ludicrous it sounds. I'm still having difficulty believing myself, but while I doubt the word of an imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Tiberius's. He saw the Crown Prince through the Echo, in a meeting that only could have taken place in a recent past.
It was him or Zenos? Zenos alive. I'll say Zenos alive. That would be contextually more correct.
No, it must have been, I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter. Zenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. Aye. Remember someone went to the trouble of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember?
Thal's Gilded Halls. Whatever are you talking about?
Thancred!
Man, I'm so jazzed when Thancred shows up. Scram.
Thancred, what brings you to the Reach?
Alphinaud had me lending a hand to the Saltery, keeping an eye on the rebuilding work and so on, just until operations were up and running. And now there they are. I thought I might look in on you before wandering my weary way back to the headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but is there something suggesting the late Crown Prince could have gotten better? Oh, that's a great reference. If so, might I suggest a quick look inside his coffin as the first order of business?
As much as I hated the man, it doesn't feel right defiling his grave, but if it will put this rumor to rest, I suppose we will have to. And then there are no curious eyes about if we can manage it. Zenos is buried up at Bloodhow in the Locks. His grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked so as not to upset the locals. Then it shouldn't be too hard to find. Nago, you're in charge until I get back.
Yes, we must prove that Zenos is in fact alive. Alright. Well, they're all... Oh my gosh, more people. There's so many more people here. Who's this guy? 193 Pictomancers. But that's not the same guy who was there before. I was thinking it was the other guy. Alright, to the Bloodhow. Don't know what the Bloodhow is. I don't remember what the Bloodhow is, but... That's neither here nor there. There we go. I remember Sleipnir was the first Mog Station purchase I ever made. I was just like, the thing is, I was talking about Final 67 where he's got like 6 legs, got 4 in the front and the 2 in the back, but I don't know why they ever did that, but I was like, oh, he's still pretty cool though. And now he's in my rotation, and I definitely have him on my hotbar. If you look at it, he's definitely there. I think, wait, he is, right? Oh my gosh, he's not there anymore. I forgot I removed him from the hotbar. But yeah, no, he was definitely there for a long time because he's the first big summon I ever, mount I ever bought.
This is it. Gods, he better be in there. Someone crawled all over the stone a while ago, but I had scrubbed off and thought no more about it.
So no one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied? Well then, we are presented with one course of action. And we had best get sure to... Sorry. And we had best be sure that we are not observed in doing it. Shall we begin?
Oh dear.
Oh.
We seem to be missing a corpse.
Oh, the lightning crash is perfect. And as rain starts. Oh, that's perfect. Whoever set that up was great.
I only hope it isn't walking around.
Oh, that's so comical. What's that guy's deal? I think Zenos comes back and possesses the body of the dead. Is that where it starts? He's watching, he's like, I got a little smirk smug, eh?
If there's no corpse, then we would conclude the rumors are true.
Not necessarily. We may still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. An agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the tale of Zenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding in Alphinaud's theory of Ascian possession. Speaking from experience, I can only tell you that I have no qualms about taking over a living host, let alone a dead one.
You're saying an Ascian is walking around in Zenos' body?
It seems a distinct possibility. Once I have put this grave back the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people of the reasonable in interring the Crown Prince. Responsible. Ugh. Before leaping to any conclusions, I want to know if they're sure the body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Zenos was properly dead.
If he wasn't, that was some trick. He as good have cut his own head off. Anyway, Raoban needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, send word to me at Ralger's Reach. I don't know if I'm surprised. With matters settling down in Doma, we were due another crisis. Shall we make for the Rising Stones, then? It's past time we share these developments with the others.
Yeah, people are going to start passing out and ending up in the Rising Stones anyway, so it makes sense. We've been spending a lot of time over in Ralger's Reach and Doma, so it would make sense. Oh, we're just there. Okay, sure. Every time they teleport me like that, I'm always kind of surprised.
While I was waiting for you to arrive, I spoke with Urianger over Link Pearl and gave him a full report. Yshola's on her way and should be here any... Ah.
Oh, is she here? I can only assume she's here.
Alisaie, Tiberius, it is good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the east?
Well, better in some ways than when you left it, when you got cut almost in half. She got slashed bad by Zenos, even though she had barrier.
Disturbing developments indeed. Given all that we know, we too can much conclude that an Ascian... I too would conclude that Ascian now inhabits Zenos' body. A doppelganger might fool the Crown Prince's subordinates, but Tiberius? Nay, Alphinaud had the right of it. Would that the wisdom extended to the question of his own safety. Capable though he has become, his ventures alone into the enemy's stronghold, and the shadowy web of paragons like it as not. When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in a position to criticize, but I'm worried. I just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray.
I mean, he went as an emissary of Doma, so it's not that bad, but who knows if they'll even care about that. I was gonna say, are we gonna get a meanwhile in Garmal? Meanwhile in the Imperial Palace. Is this when Emmett Silk shows up? I know Emmett Silk shows up before too long. We cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear. The icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead and the right beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan. Every party behaving exactly as required. My methods may seem extreme, but there is no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of this star. What are you doing fiddling with that thing? I asked you a question, soldier. He's got a katana. What are you? Have you lost your mind? Ah! I have lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. There upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final blow, only to find that the finale was but an intermission. Shall I use this chance to repent for my sins, embrace goodness and mediocrity? Nay, I think not. While the one I yearn face to yet lives, the hunt must go on. He still wants to scrap, came from beyond the grave just to scrap again. That thing looks so silly. I wonder what that could mean.
It's been an eventful few days, hasn't it? But I suppose all we can do now is wait for word from Alphinaud. I don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to get on with. We should probably make most of it. Shall I put on some tea? Tea would be lovely. You may regale me with a tale of your adventures in the Far East, and your encounter with this new primal especially. Put a kettle on, then. A table looks free if you'd like to take a seat.
Are we actually gonna go sit? Oh, we're actually sitting. Okay, let's sit. Alright, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Make sure you have enough time. You got it.
Interesting. So the Tsukiyomi was summoned in much the same manner as Susanoo, by the medium of a sacred relic. That's right. They believe their gods or kami reside in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalog of such relics. But if we are to contain the threat, we will require a better understanding of the summoning method itself. I shall pay a visit to Doma and learn what I can on the subject. A fine idea. And I know for all fact that our friends in Doma will be grateful for any information that could help with prevent further summoning in the region. I will pen you a letter of introduction. Lord Hien will wish to welcome you, resident expert on aetherology.
Greetings. Could it be that I'm in time for tea?
It certainly looks that way. Come, sit down and tell us your investigations went.
After you left, I went about questioning Bloodhouse gravekeepers. They all told me much the same story. Once Lys and her officers confirmed Zenos dead, his corpse was interred under strict supervision. There seems little reason to doubt their testimony at that point, but when I mentioned the defacement of Zenos' grave, accounts grew rather more vague. None reported having seen any suspicious persons in the vicinity, and all assumed the act to have been perpetrated by a vengeful Alamigan. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm that when the offending scrawl was removed, as per Lys's instruction, no one involved thought to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, it is likely the corpse was already missing. Assuming Zenos had not in fact risen from the dead, we are left with two possibilities. Either the body was disposed of to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed impostor, or an Ascian has taken up residence within it.
If Asahi was as fervent devotee as you believe, he would not have been fooled by impersonation. However committed, we must assume that we are dealing with an Ascian and proceed accordingly.
Agreed. The question is how many more such monsters are waiting for Alphinaud in Garlemald.
Their presence was chief reason for going. He understood the risks. I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation.
Meanwhile, on the Imperial Hypersonic Assault Craft LXXV, I'm not good at Roman numerals. That's 25, but I don't remember what L is. XX would be 10, 10, so 20, 25. 2025? I don't know. What's L? Is that Maxima? I think that's Maxima. Yep. Master Alphinaud, we are making good speed towards our destination. Is aught amiss?
Nay, 'tis just I can just see naught from my cabin, and was curious to how the land over which we flew.
I'm afraid our military craft are built with little thought to such niceties. I am happy to indulge your curiosity, however. We are presently passing over the burn of the western edge of Othard. Even with the benefit of the porthole, your gaze would be greeted with naught but malms upon malms of lifeless earth.
I have read something of the burn. It was described as a desolate wasteland, bled dry from every last drop of ether.
I believe it is a succession of the icon summonings was responsible. When Emperor Solus first became to Othard and beheld this blight, he said that it had reeled at the scale of the devastation. He declared icons a threat of the very star's existence, and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. Well. Report. We're in attack, sir. Magitech armor, no visible designation.
Magitech? But who?
Ah. All cannons, return fire, damage report. The main reactor's been hit. Helm unresponsive. We're going down, sir. Damn it, they knew exactly where to hit us. All hands, brace for impact. Are you going to tell me right now that the Zenos and that tiny little thing he was in was enough to bring down this entire ship? Seems a little sus, I'm going to be real. Glad to have you back, Master Alphinaud. We have landed in one piece, more or less. But the air filtration system is damaged, and the ship is filling with smoke. We must gather the survivors and get out while we still can. This is why we can't have nice things. Aye, aye. Once again, I don't remember any of this. Okay. Oh, am I gonna play as Alphinaud? That's neato. Okay. I have... Carbuncle. Master Alphinaud, might I ask you to search for survivors? I will cede to our injured helmsman. Man. This place is, definitely a thing. My leg, it's caught. I don't know what Tri-Shackle does. Oh, bind? Well, I mean, shackle, that makes sense, right? Revive the wounded soldier. I will do that very thing. My thanks. I don't think I would have made it. Yes, you very likely saved his life. The question of who will try to take it remains, however. Okay. Put these few out of their misery. Them out of their lives. The prince, huh? I missed that line.
They've not come to parley, I fear. Ready your weapons.
I don't know what this will really do, but we're gonna shackle them. Oh, they're all shackled now, alright. I don't know what the carbuncle actually does. Oh, it does have things, kind of. I just want to see what happened. Alright, well, we should probably heal ourselves a little bit. This is the first instance of us ever actually having to play as somebody else. I don't remember playing as anyone else up to this point. They know they do this more and more later on. Like, you have to experience the story through the eyes of somebody else. Get wrecked. Why would you unsummon your carbuncle? You don't know they're all gone. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. More dudes just coming to attack you for reasons unknown. Garleans, man.
Confound it. Not here. Not like this.
Oh, that's right. Is this when Dude shows up? I remember this scene happening, but I couldn't remember when it happened. It's him. It's Gaius.
What?
Who in the Emperor's name?
Enemy of our enemies. Introductions can wait.
You are calm in a crisis, Master Alphinaud. Let us finish this then. I always wanted him to be more of a character going forward, but he kind of just like shows up and then like disappears. Like, I love this character and the motivations and the whole thing. I've been thinking about this introduction for a long time. See, like, he does the attacks, and you're like, oh, man, that's a very particular attack. I haven't seen that one in a while, if you're paying attention. Imagine thinking you could fight all these dudes. LB. What class is Alphinaud supposed to be, honestly? He does like black mage stuff and like summoner stuff. Duty completo.
My thanks. Your intervention proved most timely.
Well, well, I did not think to meet an Eorzean in this place, let alone a scion.
You know of me, sir.
I have some small history with your order. Like, what a callback. You don't know it yet, obviously, I just do. But I would speak of the present. Know you of your assailants, and the severity of your predicament? The soldiers bore the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard.
I could venture a guess as to their motive, but you would have us at a disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us who you are?
Our names are not for the asking. As for our purpose, let this be your answer. I love this. Just absolutely street cred. We kill Ascians.
An Ascian mask.
The face of our prey. We must away before more arrive. Come with us or stay, but make your choice now. Even should we manage to the long trek out of the burn and secure passage to the capital, we would no doubt be greeted by the Emperor's guard.
Indeed, we accept your gracious offer,
Shadowhunter will suffice for the moment. Come. Man, Maxima can't get a break. He gets turned around with a dude. The dude tries to throw everything away. He gets into power, tries to fly back, and then we... Look at that. He had like 6 masks on him. Oh no, there's a white one on the side. So that's... Yeah. That's like 7 Ascians he's killed. What an introduction, man.
This is intolerable, but as much as I wish it were otherwise, there is nothing we can do until Alphinaud but pray for his success.
Well, that is certainly not entirely true. While your brother journeys to Garlemald from the east, I could make my way there from Alamigo and go find out what is to be learned from the Empire's western provinces.
Then I'm coming with you. I can't very well sit here sipping tea if there's action to be taken. Forgive me, Eorzea, but the provinces are hostile territory, and stealth is all important. It is safer that I go alone. I can sneak well enough when the situation demands. Don't patronize me. Calm down. We should leave this to Thancred. I'll go with him. You know, I'm tempted. You know what? Let's say I want to go with him. Because even though I have to do stuff here, I want to see what he says. And exactly how would that be any better? I must refuse your company as well, my friend. Formidable though you are, the success of my mission depends on my moving unnoticed. And lest you forget, you have grown rather famous. I trust you understand. Yeah, but I'm a ninja right now. It wouldn't be that bad. Fine, just promise you'll be careful. It all seems so praying is to be the extent of the contribution after all, but I will stay behind as I have been bid. We all have our talents. Mine just happen to involve a silver tongue and a soft soles. I promise to send word the moment I learn aught of the consequence. See that you notify me too. I mean to depart for Doma as soon as I am able to find a suitable East Alphinaud vessel to bear me thither, but I shall return if I am needed. Be sure to drop whenever you're next in the area, Tiberius. With any luck, I'll have painfully detailed report for Alphinaud to share. You learned the mail. Ponder. Oh, it's the end of part 3. I kind of wonder if we're getting close to the end of part 3 because we got to like get used to and get rid of it for part 4. So let's read what part 4 says. So, Stormblood, part 4. We're in the tail. We're in the end of part 4. Let's do it. I didn't read that. I was going to read that. Let's see what it says. The shadow of mystery deepens as the man who wears Zenos' face continues to move unchecked. Sowing the seeds of strife from the heart of the Empire, all indications point to Ascian machination, and the arrival of a messenger to the Rising Stones set the Scions of the Seventh Dawn upon a path rife with peril toward an unknowable destination. So let's see what Eorzea has to say. Oh, Tiberius, if you've come here hoping for news, I'm afraid there isn't any. Everything is exactly as it was. Y'shtola is still investigating primals in the Far East, Thancred is still gathering intelligence in the Imperial provinces, and Alphinaud is still out there somewhere. There's been no word since his first scheduled report, nor does any respond to my calls, and all the while I'm just meant to sit here and wait around waiting. It's driving me mad. Well, someone's here. Begging your pardons, I bear a message from the Eorzean Alliance. Thank the gods for that. We have a visitor. Welcome to the Rising Stones. If you have a message, I should be most eager to hear it. My lady, the Alliance leadership will soon convene to discuss the matter of Ascian interference, and they humbly request the presence of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. How timely. Having assessed the intelligence provided by the Alamegan resistance concerning the whereabouts of Zenos' remains, they too suspect Ascian involvement and wish to deliberate of a suitable course of action. As the foremost authorities on our foe, your Order's counsel will be most welcome. Of course, we should be glad to assist in whatever way we can. With almost everything else afield, I'd say that one falls to us, by which I mean I'm not going on my own. You'll come with me, I trust. Of course I would. Of course I will. Alzea's always been really good to me. I have no reason to not go with her. She'd be a little sometimes, but not too bad. There you have it. We accept the invitation. Thank you. The time and date for the meeting will be shared in due course, but I can confirm the council will take place in Alamigo. By your leave. It's an immortal flame, I think. I somehow doubt we'll have anything useful to offer, but standing mutely at a meeting would still be better than nothing we've been doing of late. Let us make ready to depart, shall we? Thancred, what's going on, man?
Oh, it's the pirate guy. Talking to Thancred.
Alright, just be careful on the road back here. Did I hear you right, Riola? There's Thancred coming back?
Aye, and he is. He says he's acquired some important intelligence. Being in Garlean territory, though, he couldn't risk sharing the particulars in case the Imperials were listening. So he said he'd be back as quick as he could, and make sure someone was waiting for him in the Malamegan quarter.
Understood. Tiberius and I will go. We're bound for Alamigo anyway, and there's sure to be time before the council begins. Come on, let's be off.
Hoary Boulder hanging out, having a conversation in the background. No one cares about old Hoary Boulder. Just hanging out. Let's talk to Hoary Boulder. Why not? Another mission fraught with danger, and yet here I am still. Quiet moments such as this, spent in carefree conversation with comrades, I have grown to cherish most. You know, they don't really focus on Hoary Boulder enough. I like Hoary Boulder. For a red-headed Rogadin, he's not bad. Alright, to the Alamegan quarter. Oh, we are not navigating this. We're going to just fly. I hate navigating the Alamegan quarter. I've said this before. I will say it again. And there he is, just hanging out. You two are a sight for sore eyes. Now all I need is water for my parched throat. Fetch me a cup, will you? Traipsing through Imperial territory is thirsty work. How about a beer, my guy?
God, I needed that.
I won't bother telling you to catch your breath. Whatever brought you galloping back to us, I assume it's urgent.
Quite. Without further ado, then. After the successful uprisings in Doma and Alamigo, rebels in several other provinces were inspired to follow suit. Unfortunately, they did not fare quite so well.
Because I ain't there, you know that's the reason why.
The Dalmascans paid the heaviest price. For their defiance, the Emperor made a show of razing their capital to the ground, prompting many of their neighbors to abandon thoughts of resistance. But not all have given up on liberty. Heartened by the news of Doma's prisoner exchange, some still believe that the Empire may one day be amenable to negotiation.
Yeah, I don't think that's the way that was intended to go, but yeah, sure.
We have the shinobi to thank for spreading the good word. They have worked tirelessly to keep the subjugated informed, and a little knowledge can go a long way.
There is at least a spark of hope, then.
It's interesting. You never really have to worry about, like, liberating those places because the Empire just completely collapses later on.
A spark in want of kindling, yes. The Alliance has already begun supplying materiel to resistance movements abroad, many of whom would otherwise struggle to continue the fight. The support effort has been led by the Sultana and the Elder Seedseer, who have both seen enough Alamegan refugees to know the consequences of oppression. And for their troubles, they have quickly earned a reputation as folk heroes in certain corners of the Empire. That is all for the provinces. As for the Garlean motherland itself, our friends the Populares have suffered something of a setback, I regret to say. Talk is rife that Doma has summoned a primal, and the Empire's more liberal voices are being drowned out in the fearful clamor for retribution.
And who did they think orchestrated this summoning?
Oh, any but those truly responsible. Zenos has seen to that. Speaking of whom, the Crown Prince is recovering remarkably well. Well enough, in fact, to enable him to personally tour the provinces, putting the fear of the Emperor into the hearts of any would-be dissidents.
He walks in plain sight, and none suspect him. Then it's as we feared.
Yes. An Ascian wears his skin. But it was not that which brought me here in such haste. During my time in the provinces, I learned many things. Yet at no point did I hear any report of a Doman emissary in the capital.
But Alphinaud should have arrived by now. Could they be holding in there in secret?
The possibility did cross my mind, but I have reason to believe he never reached his destination.
I would have thought he'd get in there by now, but then again, he was going with definitely not Gaius, so I can't say for sure what they were, where they took him exactly.
As you know, scions assigned to covert operations, such as Riol and myself, are issued special link pearls for communication in the event of an emergency. I mention this because it was originally Alphinaud's task to coordinate the response at headquarters, meaning he has one. And whose voice should I hear when mine recently crackled to life?
You spoke with Alphinaud?
Spoke with? No. I but heard his voice, and none too clearly at that. 2 words were all I could make out. The burn.
The wasteland on the edge of Otherd. Something must have happened to them there. There's no time to waste. We must make for the burn at once.
I had a feeling you might say that.
And?
Is there a
I can't very
dungeon
well
for
sit
that?
around
I know
here
there
drinking
was
tea if
one in
Alphinaud's in trouble.
Shadowbringers, but that was a
You
different
said
thing.
yourself that this link pearl was only to be used in emergencies. So I'm going, and that's the end of it.
Oh, far be it from me to change your minds.
Yeah, I remember there being like a thing like that in... Did that take place before you go? It did, didn't it? It takes place... There's that dungeon. It takes place before you go to Shadowbringers, doesn't it? At least I think maybe it does. I might be misremembering, because it has one of the dudes there. Alright, whatever.
Although I am to neglect making preparations for the council, we must act swiftly before Alphinaud's trail goes cold. I propose we first pay Hien a visit. He's sure to hear about such developments, and he may well be able to advise us on how to best reach the burn.
A sound plan, and Y'shtola is in Dome, is she not? I dare say she'd join you in the search if you asked her nicely. While I see to all that, I shall go and report my findings to the Alliance. You may leave any preparations for the Council to me.
Thank you, Thancred. Right to Doma, then. We have much and more to share with Y'shtola.
Oh, she's just off and away. Alright, well, we'll go to Namai. No, I'm not using it. I'm not using my last ticket. I refused. And lo and behold, we're going back to Yangsha. Who's this person? Hey, Kohaku. Level 100 Sage. My flabbers be gasted daily. Slash team me will cost you Gil. I'm not paying nothing. You can't stop me. I'm just gonna dox you. And by dox you, I mean explain that you are a character in this video game and I have seen you. Make you internet famous. Man with Hat will make you internet famous in Final Fantasy XIV. Everyone knows that I am incredibly popular and my YouTube channel is maximum. My Rumble channel is even bigger than that. I wanted to have something else witty to say, I just don't have anything. I don't have anything. Yeah, I remember like bits and pieces of this like toward the end of Stormblood, but like the actual transitionary period where things started changing. I remember there being like they were gonna go fight, and instead of us being able to go fight, all the scions start like blacking out and going catatonic. And that's all I really remember about it. So I'll be interested to see like what was going on up to that point. Why, yes, I will seek passage. I forgot I could even use mounts here. Feels good. You know, I think these are from Final Fantasy like 6, I think. I gotta play that game sometime. Oh no, no one died. Oh, we're going this way. Okay. You stole it, talking to this person.
That is curious indeed. While the other matters demand my attention at present, I shall bear what you have told me in mind. Should we notice any change, do not hesitate to seek me out.
Thank you, my lady. You are most kind.
Well, well, two faces for the dim and distant past. Come now, it hasn't been that long. Who is that you were speaking with? A local miner who supplies crystals to the rebuilding effort. Of late, he claims to have struggled to find a crystal with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Upon learning that I have some knowledge of Aether, he came seeking my counsel. Just now he brought me one of his recent finds. It is precisely as he described, devoid of elemental energy and eerily reminiscent of the desecrated crystals, or de-aspected crystals, okay, that manifested in Eorzea in the days prior to the calamity. We would be wise to investigate this phenomenon more closely. Indeed, but on a more positive note, the locals seem to have taken a liking to you. More an interest in than liking to, I think. The sight of Makote with a peculiar contraption on her head has more than a certain novelty value in these parts. Any actual regard for me may have. I owe wholly to you and others who came before. Everyone has been exceedingly cooperative, and I am pleased to report that I have all but concluded my investigation.
What weird thing she has stuck to her head? She doesn't have like that thing she used to have, right?
Simply put, but focus on one's upon an aether-infused object of worship, it is possible to conduct a summoning. So the fact that they are objects of worship is key. They are themselves suffused with irrequisite belief. Correct. Such sacred relics as the Kojin collect obviate?
I'm not familiar with that word either.
Obviate the need for religious fervor in the summoner. Yatsuyu being the most obvious example, she had but to associate the artifact given to her by Asahi with the divine, and it served to amplify her desires and give them form. A form nourished by the power of the crystals, also provided by her brother, and thus was Tsukuyomi brought into being. Which brings me to the question of preventative measures, to which I have yet to find a satisfactory answer. At present, I know not of what it will avail us, save to keep watch over the moment of the relics and crystals, as if we do not have enough to keep watch over already. But I doubt you came all this way to hear which pursues your report. Has something happened to Alphinaud?
Yeah, we lost him in the desert, the Aether Desert.
I shall join you in the search, of course. Thank you, Stola. I should be glad for your help, truly. Now, if there's nothing else, I shall go on ahead and request an audience with Lord Hien. Alisaie puts on a brave face, but she has little talent for concealment. We should join her at the Kien-Kan.
Go talk to our boy Hien. You will show me in. Thank you very much. Hien? Greetings, my friend. Alisaie has explained all to me.
Needless to say, you shall have all your full cooperation in the search, even if Alphinaud's trail does lead to the burn of all places. The region known as the Burn occupies a special place in Garlean history. Every child in the Empire is familiar with the tale. In the distant past, it was a verdant land teeming with life, but successive summonings saw it bleed dry of ether, and reduced to the desert. It is upon beholding the devastation that Primals had wrought the Emperor Solus was spurred to embark upon his crusade against their kind. The Burn offers a glimpse into the future we seek to prevent. Know you of any reason why Alphinaud might have gone there? Aye, mischance. Though it lies en route to the Garlemald, is no place to make a stop. My guess is they encountered some manner of trouble there. In any event, I am of the same mind as Alphinaud. We have no choice but to take our search to the Burn. Given the considerable distances involved, 'tis best we went by bird. Tiberius and I have our yoles. Yuri, will you ready falcons for the others? I shall gather our swiftest birds. Near the House of the Fierce there is an overlook. Pray join us there once you have seen to your preparations.
We're going on birds. That Yole just sitting in my pocket all the time, apparently. I would have thought we'd get Sid and get airships, right? Because birds would get tired, I would think. But, you know, oh yeah, Ayla Winster's Edict, the Philanthropist, level 90 Astrologian, a woman with the arms. Sure. Alright, to the House of the Fierce. But yeah, I would think that like an airship would be better, because airship kind of has like way more energy. Birds, though, I would think get tired, especially over like... Here's a question. Is the burn... It implies that it's like a desert and it would be hot. Is the burn hot? That's a question I think that inquiring minds want to know. Oh, is this going to be a dungeon? It's going to be the dungeon! If everyone is here and possessed of a bird, let us away. Remember, our destination is a barren wasteland. There is no civilization to speak of for 100 malms in all directions. Take care you do not lose your way. The burn, now accessible. Yep. I haven't done this one in a while. Alright, well, let's do that and we'll get the book out. I don't want that. Alright, so 26 minutes? I'll see if I can finish this one tonight. If not, I might have to finish this episode tomorrow. Okay, let me see. So, looking at my fancy book, The Burn. Let's see. I don't see it. Hang on, it's got to be here somewhere. I'm just like... Give me a second. I know it's here. I see the Airy, and I see a bunch of other ones, but I don't see the Burn. They got the thing about Eureka, they got Heaven on High, Palace of the Dead, Shall's Come at Hell's Lid, the City of Scala, we already did that, Temple of the Fist. Did they not have the Burn in here? Oh my gosh, I don't know if they have it in here. Alright, well, I'll hold off. If I can find it, I'll come back. We got 2 DPS already. If I can find it, I will come back. If not, then I'll see you when it pops. So, fun fact, looking into it, each one of these books, so I had to go grab Volume 3, which was upstairs. I didn't realize that it wasn't included in Volume 2, which I've been using up to this point. Volume 3 has a bunch of different stuff in it, including different areas. It's got a lot of stuff from Shadowbringers and stuff like that. But it also has, like, Labyrinth of the Ancients, Circus Tower, The World of Darkness, The Void Ark, all that stuff. I would have added that had I realized. But it does have, as the first dungeon on it, is The Burn, 206. So let's go take a look at that. Well, you know, I opened right to it. Perfect. The Burn, a white scorched waste. The vast wasteland stretches across the eastern edge of Othard. An extreme lack of elemental energy has left the region bleached of color, but even in an unforgiving environment such as this, life has endured. In a fierce struggle for what little aether yet remains, the Burn's beastly denizens have grown uncommonly savage. Once a verdant region teeming with flora and fauna, It is long held that repeated summonings were to blame for its present state. Indeed, every child of Garlemald is taught that, upon witnessing the desolation, Emperor Solus was moved to declare the Icons a threat to the star's existence. However, a new theory has emerged in the wake of the revelation that Alizla was likely made from the land taken from the burn. Citing their identical etheric signatures, the theory claims that Alligans separated the floating continent from the surroundings by stemming the flow of ether into that region, thus causing it to become barren. In light of the fact that Solus himself was an Ascian, spoiler, was an Ascian, whose kind had a hand in the rise of the Allagan Empire, it is not so far-fetched to say that the Icon tale was fabricated to mislead the masses. And then you've got a couple of different of the enemies from there. You got the Heditate. The enormous scorpion hoards aether as crystals on its body, allowing it to survive in the harsh environs of the burn. The 4th Imperial Legion once captured and trained creatures of the species as war beasts. And then Mist Dragon. Captured by the Allagan Empire and altered by aether-chemistry, the ghostly dragon was consigned to living out its unnatural life in the vast wastes of the burn. The glimmer of intelligence faded from its eyes, and the creature is driven purely by instinct, its being its mastery over mist and bear against all who dare to set foes in its domain. And then it's got a picture of like the factory type area. Ancient Allagan ruins were found beneath the burn, their presence supporting the Alizla theory. The cavernous opening in the wall is believed to have been made by a gargantuan worm. And so, oh my gosh, that's perfect timing. Wow. Well, I guess I don't have to see when it pops, because it just pops. So, let's go. That's perfectly timed. There you go. Yeah, I didn't think I'd have to go and crack out Volume 3, but because I haven't gotten anywhere near... I guess we are close enough to Shadowbringers now, so... But let's go.
Make ready, friends! We are come to the burn!
See what I'm saying? Like, you got birds, and it's like sandstorms and everything else.
Everyone, land where you can! We must wait out the storm!
See, if we just brought one of Sid's airships, he would have found a way to get through this sand and wouldn't have had this problem. But then we wouldn't have had this dungeon, you know what I mean? And I'm all for a dungeon. I mean, think about it, it feels like it's been a really long time. We have a trial, but we haven't had a dungeon in a long time. Alright. House 4th Halm Knight, the Blood Dragon. So we got a warrior, a sage, and a red mage, and myself. I'm hoping we don't have the trouble, but I have wiped on the last boss in this dungeon more times than I care to count. It just seems like something always happens. Do you know what... Oh, you know what's interesting? If you listen to the music, it's kind of like proto Shadowbringers music. They were kind of starting to do that little change thing. Instead of the combat and everything sounding like Stormblood. Yeah, I can hear the Shadowbringers music already. Kinda neato. Oh my gosh, I'm like fumbling the keys. There we go. I always do that though. I've been accidentally almost trying to assign A to some dude. I've marked something as 3 on several occasions by accident because of the way I have that set up. But... I was gonna grab everything, he's grabbing everything, okay. Should take in this whole area. That enemy just took damage? Wow. You know what, let's see if we can get a Doton in here. Yeah, I've like wiped on this last fight that's in this dungeon. Well, maybe I'm thinking of another one. There is definitely a dungeon that's like this. I don't know, I think it's this one, but it might not be. I might be thinking of something from Shadowbringers, like specifically. But, oh, this is the thing I was talking about from the book. The headed head. I got crystals in the fight. But yeah, the last one is like a dragon, and I've seen that fight wiped on a lot of times. Not to say I haven't played my fair share of reasons why that happened. Get close. Oh, I gotta get wrecked. Oh, that red mage like lived by the skin of their teeth, man. Going down pretty fast though, everything considered. Am I ever gonna make it in this time? Alright. Go ninja, go ninja, go. I'm still surprised that Red Mage made it. Red Mage is not exactly known for being like super damage resistant. Ah, here we go. Here's the factory part where they showed that. I never knew that though, that the burn, the whole thing was that like Allah's Law was farmed from the desert. Little bits of like lore that you miss over time that you just like didn't pick up on. I will say, having played Destiny again, and I haven't played in a long time, I've been playing with friends, and it is staggering to me how bad the story in Destiny is. Like, it doesn't make any sense half the time, and there's like a lot of like half-finished plot threads and stuff like that. It's very strange. I have a new friend playing. The reason I bring this up is I have a friend with me, and he's just like, why is this way? And he barely even pays attention, he just skips cutscenes all the time. And so when you go from that to this, it's like night and day. Like, the story in Final Fantasy XIV, like, there's a lot of rich lore and interesting things that are going on, and, like, good reasons for all that. And I love jutsus. They're so much fun. Because you get so many like little things in your toolbox that you can use. Alright. It seems loosely familiar. A small battle arena, that's for sure. Oh no! Johannes, don't get targeted and die. Alright, what's the scoop? This one we can do right here. I like mechanics like that because it's like it's not super complicated to figure out, but if you're not paying attention, you do it. Some of the newer mechanics in some of the new dungeons, I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. But this probably because I'm a dunce cap, so. Okay, definitely don't want to be over there. This guy's getting melted. Yeah, unless we go back outside, this is not the dungeon I was thinking of. Oh, looks like we're going back outside. Okay, this is the one. Yep, I recognize this. This is like where you respawn if you fail and have to go back. So. One of those dungeons where you die and it makes you go like a really long way back to the boss room. Oh, didn't mean to do that. That was my own oopskadoodle. I pushed the buttons prematurely. A friend of mine's trying to get me, he wants to convince me to play World of Warcraft with him, but I just have no interest in World of Warcraft. I did joke with him that we should play Final Fantasy XI though, at some point, but that'll be long after this series is over, so. I just don't think, I don't find World of Warcraft appealing. Like, I respect the game for what it is, but I just don't have any interest in playing it. The characters and the world just do not look interesting to me at all. The music and the environments in Final Fantasy XIV inspire wonder. I cannot say the same about World of Warcraft. Can't even see myself. I'm sure everything's totally fine. Alright. Not too bad. Alright. This thing. I don't remember what the mechanics are, but there's something in this battle that I've just seen, I've had wipes happen a lot of times. This guy's like, I'm terrible at this boss. I'm like, well, you know, you're not alone in that one. Trying to just dump as much damage at him as fast as I can, try and get him out of the way. If we can kill him, then we're in good shape, but definitely saving Shade Shift, though, that's for sure. Alright. Guard. Yeah, let's just kill this guy. There we go. Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. That looks good. Oh, that healer's getting punked. Oh, he got him out of there fast. This tank's on point. This is one of the better tanks I've seen. Come on, we almost got him. We could just LB him, but we're not doing that. Let's go. We got him. I think it's probably the best run I've ever had at this dungeon. Like, hands down. I'm not kidding when I say I have fought this. I've gotten stuck in these fights where I have like 4 or 5 tries at the boss and stuff like that. It's got to be that guy with the pompadour haircut. It's similar in power to my hat. Not as much, but like, you know. Give it to the pompadour haircut guy. 2-player comms, baby. Let's go. Let's see what we can find out.
Between contending with bloodthirsty beasts and sand in my every conceivable place, I'm quite ready to leave this wasteland. But first things first. Do you see the crashed ship over yonder? Judging by its class, it must be the vessel that bore Master Alphinaud away.
Them putting salt or sand on top of it's a nice touch. Shows that it's been there a while. That's a small detail that a lot of developers would have missed.
War Machina. It would seem they were involved in a struggle. There may be clues. We should split up and search the area.
You got it, Freddy. Come on, Fred. We're gonna go split up, gang. See, extra detail. He's covered in sand as well. Laying in the sand or whatever.
There's no sign of Alphinaud, nor of Maxima and his people.
These were no ordinary soldiers. Over here! The insignia on this man's uniform identifies him as one of the Emperor's personal guard. Hand-picked soldiers, answering only to the royal family.
That would explain why all the casualties are Garlean. They were fighting their own.
You're saying the Emperor was behind all this? That Alphinaud is his prisoner?
Let's see, we don't know that yet. Our Alphinaud's fine, I'm sure of it. We'll reach behind the fourth wall. We know it. He's fine.
Aye, we must not jump to conclusions. Besides, Alphinaud is more than capable of looking after himself, is he not?
I suggest we return to Doma to consider our options. Whatever happened here, Master Alphinaud is long gone, and any subsequent search may safely be left in the hands of the shinobi.
Where in the world are you, brother? If you die on me, I will never let you hear the end of it.
That was some really good voice acting from LSA's voice actress. I don't know all their names, so forgive me. But that was just really good delivery like that. Well, I went to this desert to find my brother, and all I got was this stupid sand in my shoes and this dumb t-shirt. Well, that was decidedly an uneventful journey. I almost found myself hoping for a sandstorm. Joking aside, say our birds are due a good brush down and a treat or two, wouldn't you? He's probably right. I'm saying, dude, that's a long journey and a crappy place to be. But anyway, that's a perfect place to jump off for this episode, so thanks for bearing with me on this one. In my sauced form, but I've sobered up since then. You know, not that bad. But anyway, thank you for joining me, and I will see you when we say till next time.